Welcome to this discussion regarding hemispherical brain dominance. It is only one of the many factors influencing how individuals process information. The objective of this presentation is to provide you with a brief overview of the differences between left and right brain thinking patterns and how to identify individuals who are either right or left brain orientated. We have all experienced a situation where two people listen to the same information, but each person understands something very different or identifies different points as important. In this discussion, you will begin to understand why this can happen. Before we begin, it is important to mention that all humans do use both sides of our brain simultaneously. What happens is that we have a preferred side or a go-to side of our brain that we intuitively use without thinking about it. This is where hemispherical brain dominance comes into the equation of information processing. Before I introduce two animated professors to talk about hemispherical brain orientation, please participate in the following exercise. I hope you all enjoyed that little exercise. Now, meet Professor Einstein. He is going to tell us more about left brain dominance.
Welcome to my class today. My name is Ignatius Einstein, and I am a theoretical physicist, the same as my very famous nephew, Albert Einstein. Today we are going to talk about left brain thinkers, and some of the character traits of left brain people. Before we begin, we need to add something to this presentation. Classical music can help left brain thinkers to focus in some situations. Let us begin with the obvious. People who use their left brain hemisphere more when decoding information tend to be good at math, and they do like science. I am sure you all know this famous equation, just to prove this point. Left brain thinkers do well with formal lectures. We like to listen to new information. In other words, we prefer it to be in a verbal format. Left brainers need things to be logical. We prefer routine. And when we do work, we prefer structure and rules. In most situations, we look at the detail first, and we tend to forget about the bigger picture. In other words, we are detail-orientated. On a lighter note, we are not always serious. We do sometimes like to clown around. We do not mind at all sitting down for longer periods of time to do some work. I hope I gave you some idea of how left brain people can be. Let us quickly look at some of the most important points again. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you, Professor Einstein. That was very interesting. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Conrad.
Welcome to my class today. My name is Conrad. I am a professor in social engineering. I am here today to talk to you about right brain thinking patterns and what we know about right brain orientated people. To make this lecture more fun, let us add some upbeat music. That was fun. With that out of the way, let us look at some interesting points. Right-brain thinkers like to listen to most types of music. People who use their right brain hemisphere more for information decoding tend to be good at geometry. We understand shapes and figures and how it fits together. Right-brainers do well in subjects that requires creativity and outside-the-box thinking. Right-brainers do not do well in formal lectures at all, and it just so happens that when we have to listen to a lot of verbal instructions, we become restless very easily. We prefer our information to be presented in a visual format, so, if you want us to do something, write it down. Logic is not our best area of expertise. We do not like routine, and when we do work, we like freedom to do it in the way we think it must be done. We tend to look at the bigger picture when we are presented with something. In other words, we are not detail-orientated. Some last ideas. As you have seen, we do like to have fun and clown around. Interesting enough, we actually think better when we are laying down, and you thought we are lazy. But we are thinking about important stuff. Let us quickly look at some of the key words for right-brain thinkers again. Thank you for paying attention during my lecture. Goodbye.
Welcome again. I am Professor Einstein and this is my colleague, Professor Conrad.
We are quickly going to see how much you remember about left and right hemispherical brain dominance.
Here are some questions, and we will help with the answers.
Did you choose B? That is absolutely right.
Yes, right-brainers prefers to work with shapes and figures. Left-brainers prefer algebra.
Next question.
So, what do you think?
This answer must be left-brainers. Remember, left-brainers do well with formal lectures. Right-brainers prefer information to be written down for them. Next question please.
This one is easy. If you think of me, left-brainers like logic, structure, and routine.
This answer is number B, right-brainers.
That is right. Left-brainers, like me, like to look at details.
This answer is right-brainers. Remember, they also like to lay down when they process information.
A person laying down in my days were seen as lazy. Oh my, times do change. That is all from us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Professor Conrad. That was very interesting. I hope you've gained some insight into hemispherical brain dominance and what it means to information decoding. If we know how and why people decode information differently, it makes it easier to understand the learning process.